Welcome. Let's explore a different way of being together, a path to a focus so deep it feels effortless. This wisdom comes from the Vedas, ancient Indian texts that hold some of the oldest insights of humanity. This is a journey away from the noise of the modern world and into the quiet of a timeless truth. But first, I want you to consider this question. Have you ever noticed that the more you chase a specific outcome, the more it seems to slip through your fingers? Why do you think that is? The answer, you see, isn't found in trying harder. It's found in a profound shift of your attention.
And to understand that shift, we have to start with a struggle that's familiar to all of us, this modern obsession with the outcome.
It's everywhere, isn't it? In our careers, in our creative pursuits, we're taught to fix our eyes on the finish line, the promotion, the metric, the final product. And this constant pressure to produce a certain result, well, it can become a very heavy and exhausting burden to carry. Just look at the two paths here. When our focus is stuck on the outcome, what does it create? Anxiety, pressure, that familiar fear of failure. It's because our mind is locked in the future, lost in a state of what if. But now look to the other side. When we shift our focus, when we bring it entirely to the input, to the action itself, we discover something else entirely. Presence, peace, true engagement. We bring our minds back to the now, which of course is the only place peace can ever truly be found. Now, this struggle is not new, and thankfully, neither is the solution. Let's turn our attention to an ancient path, a path to what we now call flow. In the ancient Vedic tradition of India, this state of deep, effortless concentration has a beautiful name, karma yoga. You can almost think of it as the original flow state. It's this profound art of performing an action with your complete devotion, while remaining entirely unattached to any rewards or results that might come from it. And this is so important. We've been taught to believe that we must wrestle our focus into submission, that we have to seize it. But this ancient wisdom teaches the very opposite. True focus is not something you seize, it's something you receive. It is a gift that arrives only when we create the right conditions for it, when we learn how to let it in. So how do we create these conditions? Well, the key is found in a practice that feels completely paradoxical to our modern minds. It is the art of surrender. And this is the great paradox, isn't it? To gain complete control of your attention, you must first let go of your desperate need to control the outcome. You have to surrender that desire to know with absolute certainty what's going to happen. This practice of surrender can be understood in three simple yet deeply profound steps. First, bring your entire awareness to the action you're performing and only that action. Second, you consciously, deliberately release any thought of the result. And third, you fully surrender to the process itself, simply trusting in its natural unfolding. Okay, I know this might sound a little abstract, so let's ground this beautiful philosophy in a simple, practical step that you can take today. Your journey can begin right here, with a single step. Applied to just a single task. Choose something simple, something routine. In fact, the more mundane, the better. Maybe it's washing the dishes, or folding the laundry, or just taking a walk. Choose one thing. Here's how the practice works. Before you begin your task, set a clear intention. Your only goal is to be fully present with the action. That's it. As you perform the task, notice the physical sensations, the small movements. And when your mind inevitably wanders to the result, just gently guide it back to the present moment. The final step is to consciously surrender the outcome to a force greater than yourself, what these teachings call infinite intelligence, or perhaps just the natural order of things. Trust that the right result will emerge from a pure and focused process. This simple practice, when you repeat it over time, begins to build a new kind of faith. It's not a faith that you'll always get what you want, but a deep and abiding trust in the process itself. And this is the ultimate lesson of karma yoga. You see, the greatest artists, athletes, and thinkers, they find their genius not by obsessing over the masterpiece, but by falling in love with the practice. Mastery is not the goal, it is simply the natural byproduct of a total devotion to the path. So, I will leave you with this question to carry with you. Imagine your work, your art, your life. What might become possible? What could you create if you were truly free from the burden of the outcome? If you could just simply, purely, joyfully engage in the act itself? That is a question, and that is the path of ancient flow.